Trump strikes again, but this time it's tariff on movies filmed in other countries because it's propaganda. What's next? Tourists in America will be tariffed for every hour of breathing American air? With the way things are going, I won't be shocked if he does that too.
The movie tariffs, what they've done is other nations have been stealing the movie-making capabilities from the United States. And I said to a couple of people, what do you think? I've done some very strong research over the last week, and we're making very few movies now. Hollywood is being destroyed. Now, you have an incompetent, grossly incompetent governor that allowed that to happen, so I'm not just blaming other nations, but other nations, a lot of them, have stolen our movie industry. And I'm saying, if they're not willing to make a movie inside the United States, then we should have a tariff on movies that come in. And not only that, governments are actually giving big money. I mean, they're supporting them financially. So that's sort of a threat to our country in a sense. And it's been a very popular thing. I can tell you one thing, movie makers love it.
Guys, Donald Trump is now putting tariffs on movies. No, I wish I was making this up. He says he wants to put 100% tariffs on movies that are made outside of the United States. This is absolutely absurd. Take a look at what Trump posted. He says the movie industry in America is dying a very fast death. Other countries are offering all sorts of incentives to draw our filmmakers and studios away from the United States. Hollywood and many other areas within the USA are being devastated. This is a concerted effort by other nations and therefore a national security threat. It is, in addition to everything else, messaging and propaganda. Therefore, I am authorizing the Department of Commerce and the United States Trade Representative to immediately begin the process of instituting a 100% tariff on any and all movies coming into our country that are produced in foreign lands. We want movies made in America again. You guys, Donald Trump is quite literally destroying our economy one day at a time, and this is his latest effort going after the film industry. This is absolute bullshit. I don't stand for it, and neither should you.
What we have given can also be taketh away. Man, the dude strikes again. Bro, Trump just claimed that he's placing 100% tariffs on all films produced outside of the US that are brought into the country. Currently, for our MCU fans, Avengers Doomsday is currently filming in the UK. Now, given the fact that Avengers Doomsday is being filmed in the UK, a lot of people are already speculating that this movie is going to be cancelled, but honestly, I just think it's going to be pushed back a little later than what we assumed. But this guy has went so far to say that basically if a film is not being filmed in America, it is a national security threat. And honestly, I don't see how. Not everything is a national security threat. To elaborate more on what this means, if a foreign-made Hollywood film costs $10 million to produce and it was being imported to the US with a 100% tariff, that means an additional $10 million will be added to the cost, making foreign films more expensive to go ahead and import to the US. Now, internationally, this will hurt, but domestically, it's kind of a little broader term, but we don't need it. He's just doing too much.
Trump says he's going to slap a 100% tariff on foreign films, but how do you even tariff a movie? Because you're not importing DVDs, you're importing the rights to show the movie. So if a studio pays $10 million to distribute a film they made overseas, they'll likely owe another $10 million in tariffs. Here's the catch. Barbie, Dune 2, or even the new Deadpool movie, all American movies largely filmed overseas. All of them would get taxed. But if this sticks and Trump actually holds the line on this one, yeah, the consumer's going to pay for it at the box office. And at the same time, U.S. studios get a government-compelled near monopoly. So while I'm 100% free trade, I'd be lying if I said Hollywood and American production companies that film here aren't about to get a bailout.
President Trump is taking aim at the global film industry. He is imposing a 100% tariff on foreign-made movies.
So he claims the move will protect American jobs and combat what he calls propaganda from abroad. Christy Fajardo joins us now in studio with all the details on that. Good morning, Christy.
Yeah, good morning. Movie studio execs were apparently blindsided by the announcement, telling the LA Times they had no advance notice. President Trump announced the tariff last night, saying foreign incentives are luring filmmakers away from the U.S. The president instructed the Departments of Commerce and Trade to begin implementation immediately. Industry leaders expressed concern over potential retaliation and the impact on international collaborations. Hollywood has increasingly turned to international locations like Canada and the UK for filming, attracted by tax incentives. In 2023, American films generated nearly $23 billion in exports with a $15 billion trade surplus. The Motion Picture Association has yet to comment on the tariff. Experts, though, warned that the policy could disrupt the global film market and strain international relations.
You have an incompetent, grossly incompetent governor that allowed that to happen. So I'm not just blaming other nations, but other nations, a lot of them, have stolen our movie industry. And I'm saying, if they're not willing to make a movie inside the United States, then we should have a tariff on movies that come in.
Trump doubled down on his Truth Social platform, calling the industry a national security threat. He claims foreign incentives are devastating Hollywood and accuses other countries of using film as propaganda. He ended his post with a message to filmmakers: we want movies made in America again. How the tariff will be implemented remains unclear. We also don't know how it'll affect streaming services and co-productions. And as the industry waits for clarity, many fear the move could lead to increased production costs and limit access to foreign content. In fact, one producer is already blasting the tariffs on social media, saying they will backfire, and says the way to bring back production is through incentives, not tariffs. Back to you.
All right, Christy, thank you.
Meantime, Vaughn, President Trump announced plans overnight for even more tariffs on the movie industry. Walk us through that.
Right, and so while he has maybe softened some of his tariffs on other goods coming to the United States, he's still, of course, as he has for more than 3 decades now, committed to believing that tariffs are going to bring back an American renaissance. And that includes, in his mind, the American movie industry, suggesting last night in a social media post, but also while on his way back here to Washington, D.C., that there would be a tariff placed on films that are made overseas. And I want to just let you listen to the president directly. Take a listen.
Other nations have been stealing the movies, the movie-making capabilities from the United States. And I said to a couple of people, what do you think? I've done some very strong research over the last week. And we're making very few movies now. Hollywood is being destroyed. If they're not willing to make a movie inside the United States, then we should have a tariff on movies that come in.
Now, there are no details as to exactly what that tariff would look like and what exactly are you tariffing, and does that include American-produced movies that are shot and filmed overseas? Does that include the likes of White Lotus? Does it include Wicked? Right? What does this actually look like? The White House has so far provided zero details.